be playing from right to left on your screens as the floodlights start to take effect. And then over the ball, Walid Bashir number 4 and Abbas Ali number 5. Off we go, and straight away a shot coming in from Haitham Mohammed. He's got a couple of goals in the tournament so far. So the UAE, will they be able to bounce back from that thrashing yesterday? Not the first side to have been humbled by Brazil. Brazil in the midst of an unbeaten run at the moment, which is quite astonishing. 45 matches. Ojeda, that's Luis Ojeda, who scored against Iran on the opening day of the tournament. But yeah, the UAE, that was a chastening loss yesterday. No side has ever been beaten by 11 clear goals here in this tournament. The previous record was 10, which was actually by Brazil against the UAE last year. So unwanted history created by the UAE. Here's Mohamed Al Jazmi bowling the ball long. Taken on the chest by Walid Bashir with the overhead. Over the top. Prior to that defeat yesterday, the UAE, they lost 6-4 to Portugal in a repeat of the final group game of the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup finals in May in the Bahamas. If the UAE had won that, they'd have made progress into the quarterfinals for the first time. But Portugal won it 2-1 in extra time, and 2 days ago they won 6-4. And then a couple of days ago, say 2 days ago they won 6-4, 3 days ago it is actually, and a couple of days ago the UAE lost 4-3 to Egypt. So disappointing from the hosts. Can they turn things round here, I wonder? The opportunity for them to win back-to-back matches today and tomorrow will see them finish in 5th place. Paraguay, for their part, well, yesterday was a win, 5-4 against Mexico, a really tremendous comeback from them after they were 4-2 down. They've been very solid, actually, if truth be told, throughout this tournament. 5-2 loss to Iran on the opening day. They were 2-1 up there, and then they missed a penalty. Carlos Caballo. And it all turned on that. And then Iran, in the end, the 2013 champions, ran out relatively comfortable winners, 5-2. And then against Russia, 2-1 loss, missing for personal reasons, a late pull-out. So Paraguay have been selecting from 11 in this tournament rather than 12, which is what the other squads have been picking from. No music being played at the moment as we get ready for the evening call to prayer. 2 more matches to go after this, the 2 semi-finals. Russia against Portugal, the repeat of this year's final of the Super Final, with Russia winning that one 3-1 to claim the European title for the 5th time. Caballo goes down spectacularly. The referee was right on the spot, and having none of his appeals for a penalty, gets the shot in, and good save from Al Jazmi in the right place at the right time. Mohamed Al Jazmi, along with Humaid Jamal yesterday, certainly took some punishment from the Brazilian players. Could almost joke that 2 goalkeepers had every reason to be absent today because they've got bad backs from bending down to pick the ball out of the net so often. Well, Humaid Jamal, who was one of the keepers yesterday, is absent, but Mohamed Al Jazmi taking his place between the posts. Made his debut in 2012 and gets a shot in, which is dealt with by Rolando Gonzalez in the Paraguay goal. Oh, and it just sliced off the outside of Jesus Rolon's right foot. It was struck pretty well. It was always rising and just going over the angle of post and crossbar, that one. A little bit of a breeze blowing today from left to right on your screens, just helping the player comfort level. haven't had much of a breeze, if truth be told, throughout the tournament thus far. Benitez, back to his keeper. Gonzalez, 38 years of age, heaviest player in the squad actually at 95 kilos. Having a shot there. He actually scored a goal in the World Cup qualifier earlier this year in a 7-1 win against Uruguay. Paraguay ranked second only to Brazil in the South American continent. That gives you an illustration of what an effective side they are. Gustavo Benitez with the clearance. Al-Jazmi finds Abbas Ali on the far side. Comfortable enough for Gonzalez. Just over 5 minutes to go in the first period then. No goals as yet, and truth be told, not an awful lot of threat from either side. Ojeda bursting into space. Finds Roland. Caballo looking for the overhead. Abbas Ali holds his ground. Caballo again, once more looking for the overhead. Gets the overhead in, and it's dealt with by Al-Jazmi at his near post. Walid Bashir. Ali Karim on the sand for the first time, the UAE veteran, the number 9, former captain, and a man who's scored in all editions of this tournament, all 7. He's got 1 goal here in 2017. Ali Mohammed. Walid Bashir. Ali Karim took that one on the shoulder, and then the overhead from him. Good shot, very good shot indeed by Edgar Barreto. Well dealt with. Good strong right hand from Mohamed Al-Jazmi. Roland. Barreto. Gets the ball back from Benitez. Well, it's not an awful lot to get enthusiastic about so far in this match. Both sides just feeling their way into proceedings, cancelling each other out a little bit. Ali Karim trying to fashion some space for a shot. Ali Mohammed. Heavily bandaged right knee for him. Ali Karim has no option but to go back. Well done, very well done by Barreto. Tackles flying in. In the end, Walid Bashir can come away with the ball. We've had 3 goalless periods so far in the 2017 edition of the Huawei Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup. That's just over the top from Gonzalez to his opposite number. Those 3 goalless periods all came on day 2. Brazil against Portugal, Russia against Paraguay, Iran against Mexico. Oh, just wide from Walid Bashir, almost breaking the deadlock. This is the 126th match in the history of this competition. going back to 2011. So at the end of this match, there'll be 378 periods that have been played in normal time. And out of that, well, is this going to be just the 32nd occasion when we don't have a goal? Certainly looking that way at the moment, isn't it? Down below our commentary position, Hashem Al-Muntasir, top scorer for the UAE in this tournament so far, with 3 goals, 2 against Portugal and 1 against Egypt. Yemen-born player. Oh, little deflection and only just wide from Bonifacio Rao. Number 2, 0-0.
Very happy, thank you very much once again, ladies. Beach soccer gamers, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the back of the next break time. Gracias, chicas. Hasta luego.
Paraguay then getting ready to get us underway in period number 2 of match number 2 on day 4 of the UAE Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup 2017. Paraguay in the red, white and blue strip. And straight away squandering possession. 0-0 thus far. And if ever a game needed a goal, this is it. Ahmed Bashir's got a corner for the UAE. Complete miss kick by Ojeda, but he gets away with it and regains possession from his goalkeeper. He felt he was fouled, Ojeda, there by Al-Muntasir. Nothing was given. But a changing goal for the UAE. Mohamed Hamza has come in place of Mohamed Al-Jazmi. Paraguay retaining Rolando Gonzalez in goal for period number 2. Here's a chance for Walid Bashir, but he's crowded out by 2 defenders. Sergio Diaz bursting forward, ball getting stuck in the sand. Al-Muntasir, he's dispossessed by Diaz. It's all very scrappy at the moment. Good tackle by Ojeda. Good work in the end by Mohamed Hamza to snuff out the danger when the back pass was short. Oh yes! Lovely volley. Haitham Mohamed, his 3rd goal of the tournament. He's got 1 against Egypt, 1 against Brazil, and now he's popped up with the opener against Paraguay. Thumping shot, beating Gonzalez at his near post. Just what the doctor ordered as far as this game's concerned, and indeed the UAE. Gonzalez has stayed down. Tremendous finish. Powerful hit with his right foot. Just wonder if the goalkeeper's twisted a knee perhaps. Or perhaps just jarred a thumb or a finger. Because he got a hand to that. Rolando Gonzalez, but he couldn't keep it out. The Thundersticks being beaten together by the UAE fans. They're happy. Lengthy treatment here for Gonzalez. And if his treatment lasts any longer, I think he's going to have to go off. Yes, he's taken his left glove off, so pretty sure that was the nature of the problem, that he jarred his thumb or his finger. He's trying to put his glove back on now. No, he's not going to be able to continue. Maybe a dislocation perhaps, or even a break. Yes, he's in a great deal of pain there, isn't he? Wringing his hand, and so Aníbal Arguello will come on in place of him. Tallest player in the squad for Paraguay at 1.88 m, 34 years of age. Asuncion born, one of 4 players in the squad to be born there. And there he is. Made his debut earlier this year for Paraguay at international level. And I think we're going to have that one taken again. Just a little bit of encroachment from a Paraguay player, it appears. I think it was Sixto Cantero. So take 2. And thankfully a goal in this match. Haitham Mohamed. Ojeda with the volley. Comes to Cantero. His shot is blocked. Flick header from Bonifacio Rao, but no real power in it. And Ojeda concedes the corner. Remember, the winners of this match will play Egypt tomorrow in the 5th place playoff, and the losers of this match will play Mexico in the 7th and 8th place playoff. Oh, very good run indeed from Barreto. He worked his way through quite a bit of traffic and wins the corner, which he himself will take. Goes to the near post, scrambled away by Hamza, and then a good run from Ahmed Bashir, just getting the ball stuck in the sand when he was hoping to go round the keeper. Barreto with a disappointing finish. First few days of this tournament, we've had a bagpiper serenading the UAE side. There's someone blowing a horn of some description. Almost sounds like a snake charmer. Charming the goals perhaps for the UAE, not charming the goals for Carballo. His cushioned header is over the top. Hamza bowls long, too long in fact for Abdul Hussein Bhatti. Oh, that's poor control from Haitham Mohamed, conceding possession. Benitez, scissor kick from him, wide of the mark. Both these sides rated 2nd in their respective regions. Oh, good work, very good work indeed, Walid Bashir. UAE rated behind Iran in the Asian Confederation, and Paraguay rated behind Brazil in South America. Ali's shot wide of the mark.
Time remaining now is 7 minutes. The second period.
Lack of control for Ali Mohammed. Almost halfway through the match then. Just over 6 minutes to go in the second period. Reminder, we've got the two semi-finals up next. First of them, Russia against Portugal. Tasty encounter that one is. And Brazil against Iran thereafter. Well, that's really well done in the end by Caballo. Doesn't get any reward or end product from it. Ojeda pushed Ali Mohammed over there, it appeared, but he's got away with it. And comes over for a sit down, replaced by Barreto. Good defensive work from Benitez, winning the ball ahead of Abdul Hussein Bhatti. Barreto, that's heading towards my car. It's gone a long way out of the stadium. Five minutes to go then in this second period. Still just the one goal in it. Haitham Mohammed's strike in the second minute of period number 2. Good tackle in the end. Al-Muntasir is down and still clutching his leg. On we go. And lost that ball, did Mohamed Hamza. He's got a problem. So has Al-Muntasir at the other end. It'll be interesting to see which direction the UAE physio goes in here, because there's two players down, one at either end of the pitch. Al-Muntasir is on his feet now. Well, he was challenged from behind by Barreto and went down. Hamza with what appears to be a little bit of a problem with his right wrist. Crowd building, and building quite nicely. This is why he's got that problem. Caballo just catching him with his right foot as the ball was loose, or appeared to be loose. See quite a few Russian fans in already over the far side. You just see in the top right hand corner of your screen there some Russian flags being draped. That's the VIP and media area, which is to the right of our commentary position. And we've got a change in goal for the UAE. Mohamed Hamza's had to go off to get some further treatment. And so Mohamed Al Jazmi has replaced him. Some interplay by the UAE there, didn't lead to anything though. Good defensive work from Paraguay. Abbas Ali back to his keeper. Jesus Rolon, what are his options down the sand? Well, he was looking for Caballo, just overcooked the pass. Oh, nicely taken on the chest and nicely finished as well. Oh, that's a super goal. Hashim Al-Muntasir, his 4th goal of the tournament. The UAE's leading scorer here in 2017 at Marassi Business Bay in this Huawei Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup. That's a rasping overhead. There was no saving that for Anibal Aguelo. And Al-Muntasir, we've got 2 against Portugal and 1 against Egypt. He's on the mark again now. With just under 3.5 minutes to go in this second period. Of course, the Paraguay coach Guga, he'll know all about all these players in the UAE side, having coached the UAE for several years. Knowing about the players is one thing, getting his team to perform is quite another. And in all fairness to the UAE, they've been pretty tight so far, not given Paraguay too many opportunities. Walid Bashir back to his keeper. That's well done by Aguelo. Abbas Ali finds Ali Mohammed. Oh, he was always going too wide, wasn't he? Always going away from goal, and so when he tried to wrap his right foot around that one, not able to get it on target. Good header away by Walid Bashir. 2 minutes to go in the second period. Ojeda, is there a way back into this match for Paraguay? Caballa looks for Ojeda. His attempted flick is cut out. Abbas Ali. Walid Bashir, oh, it's a good through ball. Ali Mohammed, he's still going. Oh, goodness me, he did all the hard work, drew the goalkeeper. Aguelo was down, there was a man back on the line, but just that little bit of composure was lacking, and so the shot was wide. Caballo, the overhead from him. There's a player down for the UAE, it's Walid Bashir, and so Al Jasmi throws the ball into touch. Bashir seems to be indicating he got some sort of contact with something in his eye, whether that's sand, an elbow, a hand, whatever it may be, and some discomfort. He's up and about now. A little bit pedantic by the referee on that far side, demanding that even though Paraguay were trying to give the ball back to the UAE, they had to wait until the whistle was blown. Ojeda cuts inside away from Ali Mohammed, gets the shot in. It's a good save from Al Jasmi because he was unsighted. It just needed a flick as well from Caballo. One wasn't forthcoming. Walid Bashir with a clearing header. 30 seconds to go in this second period. Can Paraguay pull a goal back before the hooter? Well, if Al Jasmi can help it, that's a good save. And he bowls long towards Ali Karim, too long in fact. 10 seconds left. Rolon with the overhead and beaten behind by Al Jasmi for a corner. Will there be time to take it? I don't think they will, you know. No, there goes the hooter. So the UAE scoring 2 unanswered goals in that second period to take control of the match. Haitham Mohamed and Hasham Al-Muntasir. Al-Muntasir, his 4th goal of the tournament. And well, at the moment, the UAE looking relatively comfortable in a tight match. Paraguay 0, the UAE 2. Let's have a look at some highlights. That's the opening goal. Haitham Mohamed thumping that right foot volley home. And it just caught Rolando Gonzalez on the left hand and required him to go off. Just knocked his thumb or his finger back and he was straight away in pain. The opening goal after a scoreless first period, and there's the second goal. Hasham Al-Muntasir, he scored 2 against Portugal, 1 against Egypt, and now 1 against Paraguay. That should have been another one as well for Ali Mohamed. Good save from Al Jazmi when he was unsighted, and dealing with that one from Ojeda just before the interval. So 2-0 to the UAE with 1 period of normal time remaining.
Thank you very much. Please stop the dancers once again, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for this very beautiful ladies. Okay, shout out time. Who was the shout out? The ones who have the name be greeted. Anybody else? Put your name in a piece of paper. What's your name, man? I'm right behind you. Let me answer that. Don't say narrative. Marianne, looks good, baby. Okay, here we go. All right, if you want to shout out, just raise your hand up. Okay, that guy with the blue shirt and white cap. The one raising the balloon. Yeah. Come on, dance, brother. That's what I'm talking about. The fans cheering in the building.
Here we go then with the 3rd and final period of this match in the contest to help decide who's going to finish 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th in this UAE Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup 2017. We already know that Egypt will be in the battle for 5th and 6th place tomorrow, having beaten Mexico 6-5 in extra time, and we know that Mexico, as a result of that defeat, are going to be battling it out for 7th and 8th spot. Who are going to be joining those two sides? Overhead from Jesus Rolon, and there's a handball given against the UAE. Walid Bashir can't believe the decision's gone against him, but it has. Let's have a look here. It definitely struck his right arm. So whoever wins this match will play Egypt tomorrow in that 5th and 6th place playoff. And whoever loses will play Mexico in the 7th and 8th place playoff. There's going to be a booking here. The booking is for Mohamed Hamza for just simply arguing much too much. He's got the captain's armband on, but even with that allowance, the referee can, well, can't stand any more moaning from Mohamed Hamza about that decision that's gone against the UAE. So a free kick to Paraguay, only a couple of metres outside the UAE penalty area. Jesus Rolon will take it and scores. Paraguay on the board. Nice little side foot from Rolon. leaving Mohamed Hamza absolutely flat-footed. So the handball contentious as far as the UAE concerned, but well, as far as Paraguay are concerned, it's a much-needed fillip and an opportunity to score, and they took it. Jesus Rolon with his second goal of this tournament, scoring against Mexico yesterday. No chance for Hamza to stop that one. 2-1 then, the UAE lead, and all of a sudden the match has a much different complexion to it. Walid Bashir was deemed guilty of that handball with the shot from the restart. Confirmation that Mohamed Hamza has been booked. Even though the name you saw on the graphic was Mohamed Al Jazmi's name, I can promise you it is Mohamed Hamza out there. They're quite different, the two of them. It's actually about a 40-kilogram difference in weight. Oh, and Aguelo is going to be booked now. And he's quite happy to take that booking. He just gave a little nod to the referee. He went down there just to stop the corner being taken quickly. He just stood there basically, encroaching. And so both goalkeepers booked in a very short space of time. I think that's known as taking one for the team by Aguelo there, just to allow his defenders to get back. Overhead by Rolon, and Arau not able to get on the end of it. So just the odd goal in it now. This match very much back in the melting pot. That's got to be a free kick. Indeed it has. Indeed it is. Ojeda just bundling over Walid Bashir. Quite clearly shoulder charge. Very old school. The 11-a-side game, you used to be able to do that about 50 years ago. But referee not too impressed, and awarding the free kick to Walid Bashir on this occasion. So the free kick is just inside the UAE half. 20 metres from goal, and goodness me, that shaves the upright. I think Aguelo had it covered, but he was happy to dive just to make sure. Ojeda confronted by Al-Muntasir. Good skill from Rolon, bringing that one down on his chest. Thought about the overhead, shoots on the turn, blocked by Walid Bashir. Ojeda tackled, but Al-Muntasir just lost his footing. Rolon again thinking about the overhead and executing it, and in the end it was Sergio Diaz did his best to get on the end of it, couldn't direct the ball goalwards.
The score right now is still 2-1.
Ojeda, Diaz. 8.5 minutes to go. 8.5 minutes away, perhaps, from a winner here. And 8.5 minutes away from the first semi-final, Russia and Portugal. Battle of the two European giants. These two sides know each other pretty well. They played a practice match against each other last Sunday, the day actually that Paraguay arrived in the country. The UAE won that one 5-4. That was down at Mamza Beach. It's the UAE's second practice match ahead of this tournament. Their first one had been against Russia. They lost that one 6-2. That was their first match as a collective, the UAE, for well, since the World Cup in April and the beginning of May. These two sides met in the opening match for both of them in that World Cup in the Bahamas on the 28th of April, and the UAE won that match 3-2. They were 3-1 up in 25 minutes. Oh, good diving header from Diaz. In the end, juggled and retrieved from Hamza in that World Cup clash. Aitem Mohamed got a couple of goals. He scored the first one here today. Walid Bashir, the other goal scorer for the UAE. Paraguay, both their goals came from Carlos Caballo. Paraguay, though, despite losing that opening game, they managed to get through by beating the defending champions Portugal and then Panama thereafter. Because the UAE could only beat Panama on penalties, and then they lost out to Portugal 2-1 in extra time in their last match. Portugal and Paraguay went through from the group. Edgar Barreto with a free kick, and that was always just heading the wrong side of the post. He sliced that one with his right foot. Caballo, storming run, finds Roland. Comfortable enough for Hamza. Abbas Ali turns back towards Walid Bashir. Abbas Ali. Shot from him over the top as we approach the halfway point of this third and final period. Ali Mohamed getting the ball away from Caballo. Abbas Ali, that's nice skill from him. Confronted by Barreto. Caballo, it's a nice ball. But in the end, it just wouldn't sit right for Gustavo Benitez. Little give and go from Barreto. Gets the shot in, blocked by Al-Muntasir. Roland. Caballo. Wayward effort from Al-Muntasir. Al-Muntasir, who actually made his debut for the national side in this tournament 12 months ago. Barreto down the line. Benitez with the overhead. It's bounced over the angle of post and crossbar.
Do we have some Russian fans present tonight? Are you guys around here? How about friends in Portugal? Okay.
Bowled away by Hamza to the far corner. The issue always is if you keep hold of the ball for too long, you're not allowed to hold it for more than 4 seconds as a goalkeeper inside your penalty area. You can see the free kick on the halfway line. There was that effort, just fractionally bouncing over the top a short while ago. There's been another substitution in terms of goalkeepers for the UAE. Al Jazmi's come on in place of Hamza again. There's a little bit of a cramp there for think it's Walid Bashir who's down. Indeed it is. Yes, definitely cramp. So he's going to have to go off. Haitam Mohammed replaces him. He's that snake charmer's horn I was referring to a bit earlier, along with umpteen drums. The Iranian cheerleaders there as well next to them. Won't be long before the Iranian drums arrive, I promise you. They're up last, of course, this evening against the world champions Brazil. Oh, that's lovely skill and a good save at his near post from Al Jasmi from Gustavo Benitez. Roland, they're knocking on the door, Paraguay at the moment. Can they knock it down? Is that off the hand of Ali Mohammed? No, according to the officials. Ojeda. Oh, goodness me, Roland's missed his kick, but now he's got possession back. Sets up Ojeda, there's no goalkeeper there, that's off the line. Great clearance from Haitam Mohammed with Al Jasmi out of town. He's doing his best to close down Roland. Wasn't able to do so. Paraguay really are asking questions now. Can all this pressure result in a goal? Mentioned already that the problem for Paraguay has been the fact that they've lacked a cutting edge in this tournament in the absence of Pedro Moran. Just 8 goals prior to today. Another one from Jesus Roland now makes it 9. Headed clear by Walid Bashir. The overhead from Caballo, and he's landed awkwardly. He's in a lot of pain here. Maybe it's cramp. Let's hope it is cramp, but goodness me, he's really hurt. Caked in sand.
Once again, after this match coming up next game, we're going to have
There's a problem with his right foot. Just less than 3 minutes to go. Let's have another look at it here. So I'm just hoping it's cramp. He's been able to hobble off the pitch. He's in absolute agony. He's got some tape there you can see on the right foot, so maybe it's just aggravated an old injury there. It's a tough sport, beach soccer. Bare feet. Bone-on-bone contact is a regular occurrence when tackles are flying in, just like that. Walid Bashir, great run, super run, and a goal! Yes, it's in. Haitam Mohammed, but it's Walid Bashir who created that. That was an exceptional piece of play by the little number 4 down the near side, and he put it on a plate for Haitam Mohammed, who very gratefully accepted the offering. Tremendous run, great pace. Rode the challenge of Ojeda. And joy for Walid Bashir, joy for the UAE, joy for the coach as well, Mohammed Al Mazmi. It's been a long time coming for him in this tournament, but pleasure at last, perhaps for him now. He's just under 2.5 minutes away. Ali Karim goes down, no foul. Play on, says the referee on that far side. It's a UAE ball. Ahmed Bashir loses out to Ojeda. Desperate times now for Paraguay. It'll be a throw-in for them. Roland with a shot on the turn. It's wide of the mark. So it looks as though we're heading for a repeat of the 2 previous meetings between these 2 sides at the moment. The friendly and the World Cup encounter that have taken place this year. Both narrow wins for the UAE. Not a whole heap of goals in either of those 2 matches, and not a whole heap of goals in this one either. But the UAE at the moment, they've just done enough, haven't they? Haitam Mohammed. scorer of 2 of the goals. 4 for him in the tournament now, after strikes against Egypt and Brazil earlier on. Just a minute to go then. A minute separating the UAE from their first victory of this UAE Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup 2017. A reminder as well that the Dubai Sports Council, who are the hosts of this event, together with Beach Soccer Worldwide, global governing body, they came to an agreement that was signed yesterday for a further 3 years of this tournament, taking us through to and including 2020, at which point we'll have had 10 editions of this Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup, the event that started in 2011, featuring each year 8 of the very best teams from around the world. I wonder how long it'll be before we start having women's teams here as well. Oh yes, what a finish that is. Well, that puts a tin lid on things, it really does. The icing on the cake as far as the UAE are concerned. Ahmed Bashir, wonderful strike with his left foot. He just wrapped that left foot around the ball and curled it in to the corner. No chance at all for Aguelo. Beautiful finish. Ahmed Bashir's 3rd goal of the tournament with just 8 seconds remaining. Joy unconfined now on the bench for the UAE as the clock runs down, and they can celebrate their first victory here in 2017. And a good win as well after a scoreless first period. The UAE's goals from Haitham Mohamed with a brace, Al Muntasir, and then finally Ahmed Bashir with that sweet finish in the last minute. Paraguay once again lacking a cutting edge going forward. Jesus Rolon got their solitary goal, but it wasn't enough. It was a long way from being enough, in fact, and it means that the UAE, well, they will play against Egypt tomorrow in the 5th and 6th place playoff. Paraguay, they'll come up against Mexico in the 7th and 8th place playoff. It's finished.